Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the Great Millstone GMS who rule well and who teach well. And salutations to the elect, Abba Ratazah, which means Father willing. So Father willing, this lesson is edifying. So, alright. You know what time it is, man. Okay. Thanksgiving, Thanks-killin. Alright. Thursday, the 27th of November, 2025. Alright, that spirit is all around. Okay. So we know what the deal is already. Okay. We know the history going back to, the year 1619, with the Pequot Indians. Alright. So yeah, this is just another folly day, which the word folly goes into foolishness. Alright. In fact, we can go over that precept right now. Alright. A little foolishness. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6 reads, "Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place." So, yes, we're rich in the spirit, and we're observing these people celebrating Thanksgiving, Thanks-killin, primarily and of course, you'll have other heathen that are partaking in it as well, and our people celebrating it too, which is all sorts of messed up, right? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right, and if it is you got our people of the other tribes celebrating their brothers, downfall, Gad and Reuben, all right, so-called Native American Indians and Seminole Indians, okay, but that's them destroyed for a lack of knowledge, all right. And this holiday is really a commemoration of the downfall of the so-called Native Americans and Seminole Indians, all right, Gad and Reuben, okay, all right, slaughtered the natives, all right, took over the land, all right. Even slaughtered Issachar too, so-called Mexicans, all right. But being around these people, being around them, we have to apply wisdom, okay. Let these people do what they do. Let them celebrate what they celebrate. Eat all the turkey they want, okay. All right, because America is like a theme park for these people. They say they're adults, but they're the children on the inside. You see, we have this knowledge, this truth, so we're spiritually rich. Okay, let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7. What's that? Verse 13. It reads, "And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoiced not, and they that buy as though they possessed not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away." You see? So we do not love our lives in captivity, nor the things of this world, right? Again, we have to move wise in society around these people. The fashion of this world is passing away. We use the people of this world in righteousness, okay? Yaquab them, okay? So let these people run their tabs up, man. Let them just have their happy moments, their big smile on their face and all that. Okay, and I know it's vexing. It's vexing to see it. Especially when you just really want to say, hey, don't you know the history behind it? We're in a, information age where you can just look up the real history behind Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Okay? But again, don't be at work doing that. Alright. Alright, because these people, they're on them benefits, EBT, whatever. Okay? And they're going to run up their tab, and that's their own problems to deal with. Okay? They're low lives, miserable people, useless eaters. And I love to see the heathen suffer. Love it, man. Okay? Hakar Gawayam, smite the heathen. Alright? So we're at the end of this thing anyway. Alright? Not too much longer until they get destroyed. Okay? Fact. Let me do this. Spelling on point. The Pequot Massacre of 1637 was a pivotal and tragic event in early colonial American history, part of the Pequot War between the Pequot tribe and English colonists, along with their Native American allies, primarily the Mohegan and Narragansett tribes. Background: the Pequot tribe lived in what is now southeastern Connecticut, controlling trade and territory along the Connecticut River. Tensions rose in the 1630s due to competition over trade with the English and Dutch, and violent incidents between colonialists and Pequot people. Previous incidents included the murder of English traders, which fueled colonial fears and demands for retaliation. This is according to ChatGPT. All right. Date: 26th of May 1637. This is the massacre. Location: near the Pequot village of Mystic, Connecticut. Colonists: about 90 English settlers from the Massachusetts Bay, Plymouth, and Saybrook colonies, led by Captain John Mason. All right. Allies: several hundred native allies, Mohegan and Narragansett. Events: the colonists and their allies surrounded the Pequot village, which was fortified with palisades. They set the village on fire and killed Pequot men, women, and children who tried to escape. Estimates suggest 400 to 700 Pequot were killed, virtually annihilating the community. Aftermath: the massacre effectively destroyed the Pequot as a dominant tribe in southern New England. Survivors were either enslaved or absorbed into other tribes. The event set a precedent for brutal warfare between European settlers and Native Americans in New England. It heightened fear and mistrust on both sides and reshaped colonial native relations. Damn devil man. The Pequot Massacre is often cited as one of the first large-scale acts of genocide in North America. It illustrates the violent consequences of colonial expansion, competition over resources, and cultural misunderstanding. Really, it was E, alright? The violent man, the bloody man. Okay. Right, because these devils, they were committing cannibalism, right? The so-called Native Americans taught them how to farm the land, okay? Agriculture, taught them so many things, and they turned around and slaughtered them. It marked the beginning of a period of English dominance in southern New England. Okay. That's according to ChatGPT. Alright. When I typed in Pequot Massacre 1637. And even when I used to watch Cowboy and Indian, man, it always displayed the Indians as the bad guys and the Cowboys as the good guys, and really it's the other way around. Okay. Alright. Genesis chapter 49 verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Yeah. Alright. So he'll get the victory at the end. Okay. And he was overcome by E. Okay. Pilgrims sitting down and feasting with the natives. What a lie, man. Absolute lie. Okay. Alright. So there you have it, man. Alright. So hundreds of Pequot men, women, and children were deleted. Violence and conquest, that's what it was. Okay. So yeah. The colonists declared a day of thanksgiving to God for their open quote victory, end quote. Alright. Yeah. Got a lot to pay for, E. Let's go to the book of the prophet Amos, chapter 5. Let's start at verse 21. And it says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. E came over to the Western Hemisphere, talking about the Caucasian man. Alright. He came over to the so-called Western Hemisphere and slaughtered the natives for the land. Alright. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Okay. They make it a feast when it should be a time of mourning. Okay. and then, advertise it and all that. Okay. Again, man, you got a lot to pay for. It's best to go to the house of mourning rather than the house of feasting. Okay. And the Lord is not with these wicked, weird, pagan folly days at all. So they're going to buy up all the turkey, plus consume a whole bunch of abominations when they sat around the table with their families. Okay. Verse 22, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Okay. The Lord will not regard that whatsoever. Okay. 23, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy viols. Okay. Yeah. They're going to sing songs, play music, trying to be holy, but you're an abomination to the Lord. And a lot of people, and especially our people, caught up in celebrating it when they should not be. All right. They're going to be put down for good, celebrating these foolish holidays. All right. Christmas, that's up and coming. Hey. There's going to be judgment going out for you to celebrating Christmas in 2025. I'll be bleeding sick. And at this day and age, at this stage, you're really going to celebrate Christmas? That's it. They're not saying anymore on that, man, for now. Okay. Should be ashamed of yourselves, really, actually. Okay. Celebrating these foolish holidays, man. It's a joke. Alright? So yeah, the Lord is going to bring judgment, man. Alright? He's angry with the wicked every day. Alright? Every morning doth he also bring his judgment to light. Okay? Loosely paraphrasing. Celebrating these foolish days, man. Let's go to the book of Prophet Habakkuk chapter 2. No, people might wish you happy Thanksgiving. Just say, happy holidays back or whatever, and just keep it moving. All right. Or just say how are you or something, or hi, if you don't want to say happy Thanksgiving back. All right. But no need to be in a tit for tat with these people, man. Okay. It's, just keep it moving. Prophet Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 12. Woe, which means destruction, right, to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth a city by iniquity. America was built upon bloodshed and established by iniquity, sin upon sin. So it has to be destroyed. Simple as that. Let's get a precept. Book of Numbers chapter 35 verse 33. And it reads, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Alright? So ye shed the blood of the Israelites. So your blood has to be shed. It's polluted. Precept, Genesis chapter. The land is polluted. America's polluted, man. Alright? Genesis chapter 9 verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood by man, shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God made he man. So you murder someone, you shed someone's blood, by man shall your blood be shed. Okay. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay. Alright, and your forefathers coming back. Okay. Alright, and these devils have to pay for what they've done. Okay. Verse 22, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the Lord of armies, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith Yahweh. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith Yahweh of hosts. Yeah, the besom of destruction represents the nuclear missiles, the nuclear destruction. Okay. That's going to sweep Babylon the Great America like a broom. Okay. So yeah, there you have it, man. 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance and the death and judgment of E. the so-called WHITEMAN. All right, woman and child. All right, the Caucasian race, the cancer of the earth. All right, yeah. In fact, let's get another precept. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble it shall be against her round about. Okay. So there you have it, man. Alright. America, Mystery Babylon, the Great. Alright. It's going to be completely destroyed and turned into a lake of fire, man. Compliments of intercontinental ballistic missiles. Right, and high concentrated laser beams coming from the chariots of the Lord. Alright. Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, and even America's own allies are going to turn on her and shoot missiles on her. Okay, and put the whore to death for good, once and for all. Alright. So yeah. So there you have it, man. Alright. Shalom.